Tonight, the NTSB is now investigating a safety incident involving the President's Marine One and a commercial flight at Reagan National Airport.
And families who lost loved ones in that deadly plane crash over the Potomac are sounding the alarm. Fox 5's Homa Bash is here with new details tonight. Homa?
Kenneth, Angie, tonight the New York Times is reporting Marine One came within less than a mile of a passenger jet above Washington. And at issue is the policy that any time Marine One leaves the White House, commercial air traffic has to be stopped at Reagan National. But that apparently didn't happen as President Trump took off Tuesday afternoon. Here is video of the president boarding the military helicopter in the Ellipse around 2:30 p.m. heading to join Base Andrews for a trip to the West Coast. It appears an Envoy Air regional jet took off from DCA just a minute after. The FAA says their initial safety review finds that there was a momentary loss of separation, after which the aircraft continued to move away from one another, and that the air traffic controller was in contact with both the Marine One pilot and the commercial plane pilot during that time. Here's control tower audio.
National Tower from Marine One will be doing a momentary delay. Marine One, roger. National Tower, Marine One, proceeding as briefed.
Now, the policy of halting flights at Reagan during Marine One flights was one of the safety changes that went into place after last year's deadly midair collision. 67 people died when an American Airlines plane and an Army helicopter crashed over the Potomac. Families of Flight 5342 tell me this incident is another case of aviation safety not being taken seriously.
Each time something happens, a close call, a loss of separation, you might hear the FAA minimize that they were never in quote unquote danger, but it still occurred. And it occurred involving the leader of our nation and plane loads of people at DCA.
That is Amy Hunter. She's one of the family members of victims on Flight 5342 who have been fighting tirelessly for Congress to pass an aviation safety bill since the January 2025 crash. Loved ones also tell me they're still waiting on the Army to release their investigative findings. In a statement, the White House told Fox 5 that Marine One flights are piloted by some of the best aviators in the world, and at no point was the president in harm's way or in any danger. The FAA says they're reviewing the incident and they'll implement changes based on findings. Angie?